So you're thinking about moving to Clemmonsville, North Carolina, or even Louisville, North Carolina, somewhere in the Triad, and you're wondering what the crime rate is. You're wanting a safe place for you and your family. I know that's one of the biggest questions I get from people is this a safe place? Unfortunately, we're limited on what we can and can't say as licensed real estate agents. It's kind of like being a lawyer and you can put your foot in your mouth and get sued. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the stats that is around Clemmonsville, what kind of crime rates that have been recorded online. We'll see what your opinion is and if it's right for you. So the first thing I like to use in videos like this, because it's visual and well, so are videos, is spotcrime.com. You can put in different areas and kind of see what neighborhoods or what roads had certain types of crime recorded in it. I don't know if this records all crime. I got one coming up I want to do on Thomasville, North Carolina, and there for a while, their system just simply wasn't reporting. So it showed no crime, and I knew that wasn't true. So we're going to take a look and see what neighborhoods had some of the crime that has been reported, and is it really something to be concerned about or not? So neighborhoodscout.com is also another great website to check out for statistics and crime reports. Some of their mapping is, I think, a little questionable because it shows high crime in areas that I know are personally not high crime. Anyway, they have compared violent crime. As far as North Carolina is concerned, it's rating it off the whole country, and North Carolina is like a 4.3, which is pretty low. And then it compares it to the city, and it's only at a 1.58. So it's relatively low when you compare it to the whole state. Next, we're also looking at niche.com. It's a great website to check out. And they polled people that said, how safe do you feel in this area? Well, 77% of the people that answered this poll said that they feel safe in this area and there's really no crime to speak of. 23% of those answered that there is some crime, but it doesn't really affect them. There wasn't another answer on there to say, yes, it's a high crime area. It was either a little crime or not really much crime to talk about. The next question they asked was, how reliable are the police in this area? I mean, we've always heard reports of certain areas, they just don't have the man force to police it all. Do you feel safe? Do you feel like you're being watched and looked after? 62% of those people answered that they see police daily and feel like they're very responsive. And only 15% answered that they don't really see police around, but when they need them, they're there. The only other answer was another 15% that said, I don't know. And only 8% said that when they needed police, they couldn't get them. So most of the crime that I've actually found reports of in Clemmons seems to be focused on a relatively small area of Clemmons. You don't get that sense when you're there that there would be a lot of crime, or I personally don't. But the areas don't seem what most people describe to me as sketchy. They seem like your normal everyday house. Now, I will say in Clemmons, when you find crime versus if you were in a bigger city, most of Clemmons, Louisville area down through there is going to be your suburbia. You're not really rural, but you're not really in a city either. These are more of like just a community. So the first area we're going to check out is Winbrook Drive area. As we're going down through here, you see they just look like normal homes. I'm sure a lot of this stuff is probably domestic disputes, things of that nature. You get these teens that want to tag stuff and think they're all cool, but they don't seem like areas that you would see high crime in. And according to the statistics, they don't have reports of it either. So, I mean, that's a good thing if you're looking to move to the area. Next up, we've got the Silas Creek Road, up and down through here. You see, again, very much suburbia. Lots of trees and woods. You're not going to find a lot of concrete jungles out this way. That's what I think a lot of people like this, because you're not far from Winston. If you need something, you can go into the quote-unquote bigger city and get your stuff, but you don't have to live with the hustle and bustle of the city. Next, you got around this area of like Chatfield Drive, Johnsontown Road community. There's been a couple grouping of reports in this area. It's never really just one street. It's kind of like, well, there was something over here, there was something over here, and there's 4 or 5 reports in this general vicinity, but it's not like, hey, this one road, you might want to avoid that road right there. And lastly, we got the Regent Village area. Again, seem like nice homes down through here. So I don't know what the cause of the reports are. We just know what the reports are. Looking down through here, it doesn't look like anything drastic. Seems like it's a whole bunch of gang members hanging out here or something. As a matter of fact, I just told a client of mine I was getting ready to do a video on crime in Clemmons because somebody had asked me about it. And they're like, what are you going to report on? I was like, well, there isn't a whole lot, but there is crime. There's crime everywhere, obviously. But as you can see from these maps, it's definitely lower in these areas from reports. You see, you get into the city, you get more population. Obviously, you get more population, you get more crime. That's why people like to stay on the outskirts. If you're considering looking in this area, that's where a lot of people like to look. Either this side, Louisville, Clemmons, which can be a little bit more expensive. So you got your west side, Louisville, Clemmons, and your east side, Kernersville, Union Cross. But if you're looking to move to the area, I'd love to hear from you. And I thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to you watching a few more like this.